There are places in this world that the soil itself tries to forget. Places where the screams were so loud, they left a permanent stain on the frequency of our reality. Welcome to the Void Archive. Today, we declassify a file so dark, it was traded for immunity in the highest offices of power. We are going back to the frozen plains of Pingfang, Manchuria. We are entering the gates of Unit 731. To the outside world, this was the Epidemic Prevention and Water Purification Department. A name so sterile, it could hide anything. But behind the barbed wire and the concrete chimneys that smoked day and night, it was a factory of death. This was the kingdom of Lieutenant General Shiro Ishii, a man who didn't view humans as people, but as Maruta. In Japanese, Maruta means logs. To Ishii and his team of elite scientists, the men, women, and children brought here were nothing more than pieces of wood to be cut, burned, and discarded. The architecture of Unit 731 was designed for absolute secrecy. Spanning over 6 square kilometers, it contained more than 150 buildings. It was a city dedicated to the perversion of science. While the rest of the world fought with bullets and bombs, Ishii believed the future of warfare lay in the microscopic. He wanted to weaponize God's own creations, the plague, anthrax, and cholera. But to perfect these weapons, he needed a laboratory. He needed living tissue. Imagine arriving here in the middle of the night. You are a prisoner of war, or perhaps just a civilian snatched from a nearby village. You are stripped of your name and given a number. You are fed well, given exercise, and told you are being kept healthy. But this wasn't kindness. It was data calibration. Ishii wanted his logs in peak condition so that when the torture began, the results would be pure. The horror of Unit 731 wasn't just the killing. It was the clinical, cold-blooded curiosity. Scientists from Japan's most prestigious universities came here to perform things that would make the devil himself flinch. They wanted to know, how much pressure can a human lung take before it collapses? How long does it take for a limb to freeze solid at -40 degrees? They didn't use animals. Why would they, when they had a never-ending supply of Maruta? One of the most frequent experiments involved the study of frostbite. Prisoners were taken outside in the dead of winter, their limbs dipped in water and left to freeze. Guards would strike the frozen arms with wooden clubs until they rang like hollow wood. The sound of tissue turned to ice. Then, the scientists would try different methods of rewarming. Some were plunged into boiling water. Others were placed near open fires. They watched as the skin peeled away from the bone, taking notes as if they were observing a chemical reaction in a beaker. No anesthesia, no mercy, just the scratching of pens on paper and the rhythmic sound of the chimneys, burning the evidence of those who didn't survive the night. This is only the threshold of the archive. The deeper we go, the more the shadows move. This was a place where science lost its soul, and the world chose to look away.